Hello, YouTube. This is John Avenger once again, and welcome back to Rotten Tomatoes months. Movies that are rated 60% to 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, tonight, I'm going to have a rant for you. This is a 2011 black comedy from, that came out in the summer of that year. I rented it about a year later at the library, and I didn't laugh that much, and that is the movie Horrible Bosses. Fuck this movie, guys. Let me just say this. Fuck this movie. A 69% on Rotten Tomatoes. Really, critics. This unfunny, mean spirited, bullshit, misogynist movie is a 69%. Granted, that's not a 90% or anything, but it didn't deserve good reviews, guys. This movie sucks. I'm one of the few people that saw this movie and I was like, you know what? This is not for me. The premise could have worked. Three guys that are working in these jobs where their bosses are assholes that are one is a tool, one is a man eater, one is a psychopath that's off his rocker, and they want to get rid of them. So they hire Jamie Foxx as a murder consultant to say, yeah, let's kill them and make it look like an accident. That could have worked. That could have been a comedy worth checking out. But what do? They put it with freaking toilet humor and sexual jokes that come out of nowhere, and it just feels really, really forced. I'll tell you the jokes in this movie. There's a joke where Julia Harris, played by Jennifer Aniston, very sexy in the movie. I just hate her character's personality. She's barely dressed. She has like an open. She has like a lab coat and it's open, and you could see her. You could see her almost see her boobs, and she's like, "Well, you can't see my pussy." That's one of the jokes, people. You can't see my pussy. Then there's a scene where they go to someone's house, and I think Jason Sudeikis takes a freaking what is it, like a toothbrush, and he wipes his ass with it. Are you laughing now? Huh? Are you laughing? And there's another joke where I'm not freaking kidding. They go into this hotel room, the three guys, Charlie Day, Jason Bateman, and Jason Sudeikis, and they hire a male escort. They don't know it's a male escort, and his gimmick is he likes pissing in people's faces. I'm like, this is bad comedy. Why would you ever put that in a freaking joke as a joke? Oh, it's R. We can be raunchy. So raunchy is wiping your ass with a brush and pissing in someone's face and being a freaking Harvey Weinstein. Ha ha ha! I'm dying of laughter. I hated this movie. I don't know why this movie was so successful. Critics said it was really good. That the cast is good. The cast is not the problem. Even the people that are in it, like Colin Farrell and freaking Jennifer Aniston, and yes, even Kevin Spacey. This is before his controversy. I didn't hate him in the movie. He's the only one that actually dies. Spoiler alert. He's the only one that dies. Colin Farrell like disappears. And I don't actually no. Wait a minute. Two of them die. Colin Farrell gets shot by Kevin Spacey, and Kevin Spacey gets arrested. So the one of them does die. I was right the first time. And Julia, yeah, you know what happens at the end? That's the only comeuppance that I thought was well worth it. That Charlie and Jamie Foxx like try to catch her in the act, and they get her on film, and it's like, screw you, you freaking man eating bitch. And I'm like, that's the only comeuppance I like in the movie. The only one that made me laugh once was Charlie Day, because there's a scene where him and Julia are talking on the phone, and he's like screaming. It's like, I want to lick the sweat off your ass or whatever, like that. That kind of made me smile, but that's it. That's the only freaking joke in the movie that made me laugh. Everything else just seems gross and raunchy just to be gross and raunchy, just like the change up with Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman. Another Jason Bateman movie had disgusting humor in it. I'm sorry. Like I said, dick jokes, pussy jokes, and fart jokes, and freaking crap jokes, and I don't know, Jennifer Aniston licking this guy's neck, being a freaking sexual predator. That's what she is. It did nothing for me. It did absolutely nothing for me. And yeah, and also the fact that Kevin Spacey plays a douchebag in this movie, yeah, you know where that led him to. And yes, I just don't like it. And the fact is, they tried to make Jennifer Aniston wore a brown wig so she wouldn't be called Rachel in this movie, but it's not her performance that's the problem. It's the writing. The writing is just awful. I don't know who wrote this thing. Music, production, editor, story. Michael Markowitz did the story. which could have worked, but he also did the writing, and he also Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis Daley wrote it. The PJs, What Babies Do. I don't even know what that is. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2, Incredible Bird, Wonderstone. They wrote these. This is one of the writers for Spider-Man Homecoming. So there was no excuse for this to be a shitty script. That movie was hilarious. I laughed at the humor. It wasn't piss jokes. It wasn't homosexual jokes. It wasn't freaking misogynist jokes. It was freaking on the point, Marvel hilarity. Here, it doesn't work. It's more like Vacation, that 2015 shitty remake of the the National Lampoon's Vacation. Is that movie, but it's with shittier jokes. It's not the gross out humor that makes people laugh. It's how you execute it. This, it had a fun premise. Again, three guys that are living, they're working with their bosses that don't want to work for them anymore because they're assholes and they want to get rid of them. And that could have went somewhere, but the gross out humor, the sexual jokes, and it just, the jokes didn't do it for me. It's supposed to be a comedy, and I didn't laugh. I chuckled once with something that Charlie Day said. And like I said, it's too long. It's like an hour and 45 minutes, and I didn't care for it at all. The director's done, yeah, it's 98 minutes, so it's almost an hour and 40. And it feels long. Like when a comedy is not funny, it feels long. Seth Gordon directed this movie. He also directed Pixels. Wait, no, no, was he an actor in that? Yeah. He directed Pixels. He was an executive producer on Pixels. He directed Baywatch. He directed Identity Thief. He directed Four Christmases, which I rewatched that again and I couldn't finish it because it's just not funny. And like I said, there's a better movie that came out, last year. That's a black comedy that's way freaking better. I think I have it somewhere right here. Where is it? I have it somewhere. Hold on. I'm gonna get it. I don't want my ass to come out of this video. So here. Anyway, there's a better movie that came out last year that was better than this. I'm gonna show it to you on my tablet instead, since I can't find the Blu-ray right now. And I want to review it for this month. And it's a better movie. I'll show you it right here. This movie is better. Game Night. This is a better freaking movie. That movie was hilarious. Rachel McAdams and freaking Jason Bateman did a much better job. They were more likable. It wasn't as dark as it could have been. It had some darkness to it, but it wasn't as mean spirited as this one was. And it was the same running time too. 100 minutes. 98 minutes is close enough. And it came out in the winter. And this movie made a shit ton of money too. Look at that. It made 117 million point five million dollars on a budget of 37. This movie made much more, and but I don't know why. It was about the same budget and it made 209 million. Why? This isn't funny, guys. I didn't laugh once. I chuckled once. It's not good enough. And yeah, and so, yeah, look what it says here. The plot received a more mixed response. Some reviewers felt that its dark, humorous premise was explored well, while others felt the jokes were racist, homophobic, or misogynist. Exactly, because none of it piss jokes and freaking crap jokes and sexual harassment jokes are not funny to me. Did you see what happened in 2017? We saw more predators there than in the movie The Predator last year, and that's not funny. Trying to sexually assault someone is not funny. Filmmakers, come up with some new jokes. Hell, I would have preferred if he kicked Jennifer Aniston in the face. That would have made me laugh more than her trying to say, "Oh, I want you to fuck my little mouth. Oh, you can't see my pussy." Blah blah blah. I'm gonna curse and curse and curse because I'm not on Friends anymore. We get it, writers. Jennifer Aniston hasn't been in Friends since 2004. We get it. She wants to be more adult. I get it. But like I said, I'd rather see her in Office Space. That's an R-rated movie, and it's not piss jokes and crap jokes and all that. That's real comedy. Game Night is a better freaking movie. It's funnier. It didn't have, I'm gonna wipe my ass with a freaking brush. I'm gonna piss in someone's face. It's none of that. You know what the darkness in that movie is? There's blood in it. That's it. Jason Bateman gets accidentally shot by freaking, what was it, Rachel McAdams, and then there's a scene where he's spilling blood all over the carpet, and the dog's like licking it or whatever. See, it's more subtle than this garbage. This movie sucked. It's overrated. I hated this freaking movie. It's one of the worst comedies of 2011 that was not like a parody film. I would have preferred if it was a parody of like movies, like Office Space or something like that. Take it from the pros. Stop making this garbage and calling, we can have penis jokes and vagina jokes all throughout the movie and people are gonna laugh. No, I didn't. I don't like mean spirited movies. I hated Kick Ass, the first one. I didn't like this movie. I didn't even like the change up because it was the same thing. It was disgusting dialogue and disgusting situations, and it could have been better than that. Make me laugh. That's the only freaking thing you have to do in a comedy. And when you do that wrong, I hate you. So fuck this movie. I didn't even bother with the sequel because I heard terrible things about the sequel. But the sequel, I don't think can be any worse. Because yeah, it's bad execution, but there's no Colin Farrell in that one, and the guys are back, and like they have other actors in it too, like Christoph Waltz and Chris Pine. So I might check that out one day. But the first one, I hated. Everything that I thought it was going to be was not there. Just the laughs were not there for me. And guess what? You know who played the male escort? Euron Grufford, the guy that played Mr. Fantastic in the first two Fantastic Four movies. What a waste. But anyway, I don't like horrible bosses. If you've seen the movie and you like it, that's fine. But it's not, the comedy is not for me. Thumbs down. There was going to be a rant in here somewhere because I had to, because people love my rants. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care and avoid horrible bosses if you can. There are better comedies out there, like The Hangover. See ya.